Hi, guys, you're welcome to the show. All right, so you're all welcome to another episode of the Alive for a Purpose series. I hope you're having a great day. It's going to be a fantastic time. Today, we're talking about standing out in a noisy world. That's the topic we're going to be discussing today with one of our great guests. And yes, more than ever before, the world has always been a noisy place, but these days, it seems to be more noisy as the social media world begins to take over everything. And then, how do you stand out? A lot of industries are saturated. Nevertheless, there's enough room and enough space for everyone to soar and everyone to fly. But then we have to know the techniques. How do you know how to stand out in a noisy world? You're welcome on. You're welcome onto the show today. I hope you have a great time. Aaron's Eddie, Bola Zion, Graziella, Homeland Design. You're welcome onto the show. You're welcome onto their Life for Purpose series. It's going to be another wonderful episode today. Great discussions. Looking forward to introducing our guest for today. It's going to be lots and lots of fun. And just in case you seem to feel lost in the noisy world, whatever industry you find yourself in, today we're going to be discussing those techniques in order for you to stand out in whatever it is that you have been designed to do as an individual. You're welcome, guys. You're welcome onto the show. We're just going to take some time to let others join in and let the others join in. You're welcome onto the show, guys. You're welcome onto the show. All right, so we're just going to go straight into it. Today is another opportunity for us to learn something, get inspired, get fired up, and go back out there and rule our world. And whatever your world is, whatever industry you find yourself in, there's always some way for you to stand out. If you discover your purpose, apply the right principles to whatever it is that you want to, or whatever it is that you've been designed to do, and fly. Soar. Take those steps that will help you stand out in your industry, in your world, or whatever it is that you want to do or designed to do. And on today's show, we're going to be having our very special guest, Noble Igwe, and a lot of you already know him, but if you don't know him, I'm just going to read his bio in a few minutes. Hi, E-Tech. Hi, Glazier. You're welcome onto the show. We're going to be having a very fantastic time. Please, guys, get your questions ready, because at the end of the discussion, hi, Omini. Omino, me. Hi, Omaomi. Hi, everyone. You're welcome onto the show. It's really, really good to have you on the show today. I'm sure we're going to be having a fantastic time. Our guest on the show today is Noble Igwe. I'm going to be reading his bio to you in a short while so you can have a feel of who is coming on. And you can see, it's so beautiful that on shows like this, you get to see the background. You get to see the real story behind the glory. You see the whole story behind the journey. Yes, so our guest is in the house, and we're just going to go straight into the show today. All right, guys, let's enjoy this. Please put your questions together because there's going to be a question and answer session. Hi.
Hey, we've not been cutting our hair, so I always see a face card or something.
Oh my goodness. How are you doing today?
I'm good.
Thank you so much for being accepting our invitation to be on the show. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much for
How's your
inviting me.
family?
Oh, they're okay. They're okay. They're okay. We are home. We've been home for like 4 months now, and
Wow.
yeah.
Wow, that's fantastic. We're really excited about today. We have a brilliant bio here that we're going to be reading to the people so they can have a feel of who our guest is for today. And that would also help them to be able to listen and get proper information from the discussions and the conversations we're having and also put their
Okay.
questions together.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
So, yes, our guest on the show today is Noble Igwe. I know a lot of you already know him, but there might be some things about him that you do not know. And so that's why I'm just going to take this opportunity to let you know that Noble Igwe started his career as a fine arts teacher in Gombe High School, Gombe, during his youth service. He later moved to Lagos in 2005 to work as a call center advisor for Virgin Nigeria and subsequently moved to their marketing department. Noble joined advertising powerhouse One for One worldwide before quitting the 9 to 5 journey and becoming an entrepreneur. Now, today, Noble Igwe is the founder and chief marketing officer of the 360 Group, with subsidiaries including one of Nigeria's most popular blogs, the 360nobs.com. I'm sure you guys know that, and now you get to know that Noble Igwe is behind it. Yes, in 2015, Noble launched the Style Vitae, and an all-round fashion and lifestyle website that has since taken the Nigerian digital space by storm. In 2018, Noble launched his clothing line, Tribes by Nobs, to much acclaim. And guess what, guys? He is right here with us on the show today. And that's amazing. You know why it's amazing? Because when you have them here, you actually have the opportunity to learn directly. And some of the things you never got to hear before, you will hear them on this show. And so I put together just a few questions so that you
Okay.
guys can ask your questions that you want to ask him. And my first question is, when I read your bio, I'm trying to figure out how you looked like, who you were at the time as a school teacher, as a call center advisor, as to who you
Yeah.
are now. So we need to know. Tell us about that story, that journey.
So the
Where did it
thing
all
is
start?
like,
And
so like I was born and I grew up in Aba, and I served in Gombe State. And when I was doing my youth service, I was a fine arts teacher for Gombe High School. And when I was in the north, it gave me an opportunity to. I tell a lot of people that I'm probably one of the few people who have gone to about 32 states out of the 36 states in Nigeria. So I have traveled, and when I was doing my youth service, I also used that opportunity to travel. So I stayed in the north for the 1 year that I did in my youth service. And when I was doing my youth service, I saw an advert in Guardian newspaper for call center advisors, and I wrote the exams and I passed. And I moved to Lagos from Gombe State, and I started working at Virgin. But what had happened was, when I was doing my day job, I was also doing things on the side. I was helping people do parties for their birthdays. I was helping artists, come up with ideas on how to, promote their music. And I started writing on Facebook. So when I used to share my ideas on Facebook, um, I was also working at Virgin. But when I shared my ideas on Facebook, sometime in 2007, Bella Naija wrote to me and asked me to be one of their contributors, and I became their contributor. And but what had happened was, they wouldn't. At some point, I realized that Bella Naija wouldn't want to put my ideas, not my ideas, but my opinion as my opinions. They want to make it look a lot more presentable. They wouldn't want to make it look harsh. But I like to say my things the way it is, and you might agree, might not agree, but I like to say my mind the way it works. So in 2009, I asked them for permission if I could do my own thing, and I launched 360nobs.com. That was the first thing that I did. But at the same time, I was also working with a whole lot of artists. I was working with the band. I was working with Emma in 2008. I worked with the band in 2007. I worked with a Mohit group. I worked with Emma in 2008. I worked with Banky W 2009, 2010. I worked with a lot of people, YJ, Sauce Kid, and most people in music industry. But at some point, I also realized that I wanted to do a lot more. So, and I got bored with music blogging. So what I did was, I made sure I set up as a business. And in 2012, I set up my logistic company called the 360 Delivery. And but what happens is, like, when I set up something and it start working, I get bored. So I want to do new things. I want to look at new ideas. I want to do several things. And so in 2014, I was also bored, and I wanted to do something in fashion that I've always wanted to do. So I set up Star by Tay. And in 2017, I set up Tries by Nob. So the thing is, like, every single aspect of my business have given birth to the next level of business. But I also set up this business in such a way that I don't necessarily have to be a part of these businesses. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I set up businesses, and the grace of God will hire competent people who manage this business, and I just sit back and watch TV and give ideas or feedback where is required. So I don't know what 360 those people write every day. I don't know what style writing people write every day. I don't do I don't bother them. Like for instance, I tweeted something yesterday. They would carry it as conversation. They wouldn't say because it's noble. So I make sure I set up businesses and I want people to be responsible for their content. So my clothing line, I'm at home now as I'm talking to you right now. I haven't gone to the office. So the WhatsApp me what we're working on and we'll go back through designs and that kind of thing. But I also told people, I don't want to be known for one thing. So you hardly see me promoting my clothing business as one thing that I do. I just want to be able to have the independence to do the different things that I love to do. I want to be able to talk about music blogging. I want to be able to talk about uh, making clothing. I want to be able to talk about fashion. I want to be so. I tell people that in terms of personal achievement, I have achieved a whole lot of things that I wanted to do. I probably was one of the first person that was paid as a fashion influencer in Nigeria. I was one of the first set of people that started paying to travel. Does that make sense? So I have done almost everything that I want to do in that space. So I now also told myself that I would want to grow with my kids. So I'm spending more time with my girls. I'm writing about my experience with my daughters. I'm doing this whole thing. So it's all part of the journey. But I also want every part of my journey to be documented. Do you
Great.
understand? So that's where we're
Absolutely.
coming from. So we're coming from Gombe State, Lagos, to now having my business and to now having a business where I can sit back, we can make mistakes, we can go back to the mistake, we can make it a lot better. But the thing is, I don't want I want to be able to create things that I have started and people can say, I don't like Noble, but he has started great ideas and the things that he's done. Do you understand? So right now I'm spending more time at home and looking at the business, but also creating content. So there's Martina 1000 Smile that I started like last year. There's a whole lot of things I'm doing. So this year, if not for COVID, I want to also play in the space of the audio visual. I want to do a whole lot of video. I want to do a lot of video content. I want to be able to create things that people really wouldn't associate with me. So for me, it's about just making money, to be honest.
Fantastic. So that brings me to this question. So you talked about, I'm imagining all the way from
Yeah,
Gombe, right here down
yeah,
to Lagos, you were
yeah,
virtually obscure, so nobody knew you. And
yes,
being the
yeah,
kind of person that you are, that you have lots of ideas. So you're the
yes,
extreme creative, the kind of
yeah,
creative person that creativity comes every single time. So
yeah.
you're doing something right now, and before you know it, another idea has popped into your mind. Now that can be really daunting, and I'll come back to that. But I want to ask, it's almost as if it was intentional that you knew in order for you to actually thrive in the things that you're doing, you need to be seen. So you
Yeah,
intentionally try to position yourself to be seen.
I, I didn't know if I positioned myself to be seen. I sort of
Okay.
think that I went about it just being me. I didn't really go because if I wanted to be liked, I know what to say for people to like me.
Okay.
I didn't really come out to say like me or anything. I just wanted you to respect my work. I just wanted you to know that these are my ideas. Does that make sense to you? I just wanted you to know that every
Absolutely.
single thing that I have done, I did it for me. Do you understand? So I used to tell people like, I grew up in Aba. So in Aba, when I was growing up, I was watching RMD, Rita Dominic, do you get what I'm trying to say? Genevieve Naji, um, um, like it could just be like Dibanj and everybody. But I came to Aba. Now I am friends with them. And not because I went out of my way to be friends with them. I created a space, I created a platform that they saw that was interesting, and you provided with the
Great.
opportunity to be friends. So it was out of mutual respect,
Excellent.
not because of anything. So it wasn't me trying position to be liked. It was just me doing what I love to do and making sure
Fantastic.
that everything that I do, you don't have to, it's not, I didn't, like, how, it's funny when people say, oh, you tweeted that for clout. I don't need to tweet for clout. I just want you to know that I would say my mind. I don't want you to put me on a platform. I don't want you to put me on a pedestal. I don't want you to say that you look up to me and all the rest of that. I really want for us to be able to do this life on our terms. So I wanted to do life on my terms. I want to be able to have a website where I can say your music is whack because I think your music is whack. I want to be able to say that this movie is not nice because I don't think this movie is nice. Do you understand what I'm saying? I didn't want to do anything that feel like I'm scouting for the friendship. So
Great.
sometimes I tell myself I might not be the most loved in the homes, but you can never say that I wouldn't tell you the truth. I will say my mind, I will say the way it is. You get what I'm saying? They might not like
Great.
me, but the thing is like so in business, I knew what I wanted to create. I knew that people I wanted to make clothes for. I knew that I didn't want to do fashion in such a way that it overtakes every single thing that I'm doing. I didn't want to do music. It's like, do
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? I want to make sure there's room for every single thing that I do. I want to know that if you want to talk about my family, I'll be there in the lives of my family. I will see my girls grow and I'll be in their life. If you want to talk about my business, I'll be involved in my business. If you tell me to start a blog today, I know what to do to make the blog stand. So, I understand every single thing that I do. And by God's grace, maybe the name Noble Igwe also helps. So it's easy, it sticks when you hear it, and you pay attention where you hear it. So, yeah.
So the name should be divine. But then I wanted to ask, so for someone that's
Yes.
really a creative,
Mm-hmm.
a very creative person,
I'm on. Yeah.
I'm sure it's not every single one of the ideas that came to your mind that you actually executed or implemented. So how did you know which one of them to carry out? What are those things that makes you say, this one, I'm going to do this one?
I have a simple short answer is money. At the end of the day,
Oh,
I just wanted to be able to create a platform that give me money. I can lie to you and say, oh, passion or every other thing. I just want to be able to have food on the table. So if I think about an idea, I have to think about, will this idea be able to sustain me sometime in the future? Do you understand what I'm saying?
great.
So if, for instance, right
Absolutely.
now, if 14 years from now there's no Instagram, then I can say that I can go back to making clothing full time. I know that that's why I have to put my energy on or do anything. Do you understand? So I have to. I
Absolutely.
purposely presented businesses. Hold on. You see, this is what I go through every day. You want to do what? You want to watch something? Yeah, but that is on the call. You don't like? Oh, is it? Okay. Hold on, please. This is what, this is also what I said about my life has to, my video calls are my reality. So,
Yeah.
hi, please, can someone take the girls up? I'm on the call, please. If you guys don't mind, Jasmine, please. Daddy is busy, okay? Daddy loves you, but Daddy is busy at the moment, okay? Just give Daddy a few minutes, okay? Good girl.
All right. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay, so I like that. I love that honesty and I love that clarity because some of the things that we talk about of the show is every human being is designed for something. So as much as you talked about the fact that money is one of the determining factors for which of those businesses that
yeah.
you implement,
Money,
I'm sure
and I wanted to do businesses that I wouldn't struggle in. Does that make sense to you? I wanted to do business that I have
absolutely
passion for. So there's money, but
beautiful,
also passion. So what I mean by
beautiful.
money and passion means, like, let me give an example. I like photography, right? But would I have the time to dedicate to, build a studio to take pictures? Maybe not.
Fantastic.
But it's something that I know that I can do. It's something that I know that I have an
Great.
eye for. Do you understand? But if I make my
Absolutely.
money, and let's say, for instance, if I tell myself I want to make 100 million every year, and I make the 100 million in January, can I maybe dedicate the rest 11 months to photography? That I can do. Do you understand? But
Wow.
for me, it has to be you have to put on the table the passion that gives you something to be able to hang on when you go
Absolutely.
home. And that's, for me, that was important. I
Absolutely.
also want to be able to do businesses that were able to fund the next business. So if a blogging business starts, you get money from adverts. They can use the adverts money, whatnot, to set up a delivery business. They want to build set up. And most of my money, or most of the business money that I've made, has been especially from the concept. I own the biggest house party in Nigeria called Slush, and I've done it for several years. So it's one of the platforms that will give me the opportunity to make money from party and to use the same money from party to invest in other businesses. So it might not look like a lot, but I also want to always tell people to say maybe my business would have been bigger if I had bank loans or whatnot. But what I'd be able to do is to be able to turn my money over, make money from this other business, invest in this one, make money in this business, invest in this one, and try to use those monies to build new businesses. That's what I've always been doing.
Fantastic. So I was just about to say that, then you just took it and said what I wanted to say. And that is the passion
Yes.
is there. And most of the
Yes.
times, all the ideas that come to you are things you're passionate about. But what makes you
Yes.
choose the one you're going to do, the specific one you're going to do, is how lucrative that idea is. How much money
Exactly.
can it make? Will it pay
Exactly.
the bills? How long will
Yes.
people need this for? The market has to
Yes.
determine what you
Yes.
do. It
Yes.
determines
Because
the
if
business you choose.
exactly, so people are going to wear clothing, people are going to eat food, people are going to do some other things that are things that people will
Yeah,
do daily. So if you have
yeah,
businesses in that community, you will always be in business. So whether there's good COVID or no
absolutely,
COVID, people are going to eat food, that kind of thing. So those are essential
absolutely.
businesses. So once you can have one essential business, every other thing happens. Like when people, there's what they call the tentable business, right? Where a lot of Igbo
Yeah,
people, they will have one shop, but in the same shop, they will feed their family. They'll be able to do things just because they have businesses that give them daily returns. I wanted to have a
yeah.
business in that aspect where that can give you what to spend or what to use to live your life on a daily basis.
Fantastic. Fantastic. So, I love the part because just like we always say, your passion should be profitable. Not all this passion that you say you're so passionate about something, you're
I'm just
going all the
saying.
way into it. It's not paying the bills. Nobody, you have to even ask people for help before you can do things. And I love the fact that the
Yes.
business aspect is very essential to you. And that's really,
Yes.
really wonderful. So tell
Yes.
us, because it's in a changing world, and I love the way your mind works. So for someone like you that is a very strong creative and has ideas, but is very particular about the returns, which every single person should be. Every creative
Yes.
must think about the productivity, the profitability of whatever idea they're implementing. So the
Yes.
question now is, we're in a changing world. Change is one of the things that has always been here anyway. It's just
Yes.
that COVID looks a little bit different from anything we've seen or experienced in this generation. So it's come. How has that affected your business? And what is that one, two, or three things that you've done newly to be able to fit into this season and stay profitable? Because that's one of the things that are very important to you.
So hold on. Jasmine. That is busy, sorry. Oh. Oh. Oh, sorry, hold on, please. Please.
No problem.
Please, can somebody come and take Jasmine, please? I'm so sorry. This is what I got through everything.
No problem.
So what I was saying. So the thing is, what did you ask me again? So I'm trying to I know what it is.
Yes, exactly. So we're trying to ask now that
Yes.
it's a new season. You're a
Okay, what
businessman,
have I put
a
in place?
creative.
Yes. What have I
What's those
yes, I
things you put
remember.
in place?
So
Yeah.
one of the few things that I put in place is I'm trying as much as possible to digitalize my businesses to be able to like have things done without being what do you call it again? Without being there. I'm trying to do businesses um see can you see this?
Yeah, that is love.
I'm trying to do businesses that will have me work from home and have people who work with me work from home. I'm trying to make my business in such a way that is an essential. So let me discuss what I mean. So before now, we've concentrated so much on making clothing that people wear to weddings and events. But what about the
Okay.
world where people don't have to go to events? So I'm also trying to create a business that are actually into lounge wears of things that people would definitely need. You know what I'm saying? Like, all the PPEs and every single thing. I'm also trying to come up with an idea of how we can measure people or can get people's measurement without really having to send the tailor in to physically take the measurements, but also have to think about how to change or start a business that is practically an essential. I know you feel somehow that I'm thinking about making money when there's a pandemic or when there's a problem, but the thing is, like,
No.
if you're a businessman, that is what you would think, and that's exactly what I'm thinking. I'm thinking about what can I do that would give me money even when there's a lockdown. And it's not logistics, it's not delivery, it's not any of those things. What people would definitely need. And I'm also in that business of thinking, what are those things that people need? Do you get what I'm trying to say? So, for instance,
Absolutely.
now before 4 months ago, someone that sell hand sanitizers wouldn't probably have to cry or beg to move a large number of that. But with the
Yeah.
what do they call it again? Pandemic, they've been able to build business. I want to see business that does not need a pandemic to thrive, but will thrive either ways. Do you understand?
Fantastic.
So that's what I'm doing
Fantastic.
now. I'm also thinking about an app that will also be needed in such a thing. I have not dealt into I've not delved into the business of technology in the sense that I've not built any app before, but I also want to look into that idea to see is there anything that I can do that people will need. Do you understand? And also because I'm also very pro
Absolutely.
Igbo. I'm very pro Igbo, and one of the things that I have in mind to do is also to develop an app. I don't know if I should say it here, but also come up with the concept of an app that showcases the prominent landmarks in Igbo land. So I want to do something that if you open
Fantastic.
an app in Igbo community, you should be able to visit places and see the things they have in those communities. So I'm thinking
Wow.
about doing that because that's a tribe that I'm proud of, and that's a place that I'm proud of coming from. So yeah.
Fantastic. So the fact that you said something at the beginning when you said you don't, you're sorry that you're thinking about making money in a pandemic or
Yeah.
during a COVID-19 season. You shouldn't be
Yeah.
sorry. I feel that's one of the reasons why we have this show. People should not sit down and feel sorry for themselves. Every single crisis precedes a breakthrough, a new season, an open door. What people should think of is what's the positive in this situation? What can I make
Yes.
of this situation? How can I make the best of this? Because if you start saying, I'm not going to make money, then how are you going to pay your bills? Now more than
Well,
ever before, you
I
should
didn't want to
think
be. I
about
didn't
how
want to
to
be.
thrive.
I don't want to be insensitive. I'm just like I just want to
No,
know. Like
because,
yeah, I don't want to. I
okay,
don't want
so
to look
if you want to
like
help people and you want to feed
yes.
people now, what are you going to use to help them?
I mean, you need the money. Yes, definitely.
Absolutely. So it's part of being, if you really are a caring person, if you really are concerned about your family and an extended family, your neighborhood, your society, you want to continue impacting the world and the society, you have to be thinking on a constant basis, how am I going to make money? And that is one of the reasons why we have you on the show, because you're
Yes.
creative,
So
you're making things that are
thank you.
working.
Thank
Exactly.
you.
So we love it. I'm saying it, I'm reiterating it.
Yes.
You're welcome, darling. And part of the reasons why I'm reiterating it is because I want people to take this and go and practice it. Don't just listen
Yes.
to these people.
So
Think of the ideas.
even if you don't hear anything from me today, take it from me that you need to
Exactly.
create businesses or things that will make sure that you keep eating or having money or feeding your family in a pandemic or in a situation where
Fantastic.
you feel like people don't have to leave home, leave their
Fantastic. So
homes. Yeah.
right now, people have businesses that are not working, that have been disturbed by the pandemic and all that. Think of the ideas that come to you. So Noble Igwe has stuff that he's passionate about on different levels, but right
Yeah.
now he's working on the ones that are lucrative, the
Yes.
ones that can be
I
produced,
like
that
to
can are
write.
profitable.
I used to tell people I like to write. I would love to write a book. But the thing is, like, I don't know if you're evil. See, sometimes I just think about like how many hours am I going to put to this writing? There's money waiting for me outside. So I'm always lazy. I'm not like, listen, I need to look for this money. Like, I love to write. I would love to, but like, I'm going to
Fantastic.
sit down and do this. No, I feel like the money is missing. And all this whole
Money,
thing.
money is burning with this time, right?
Yes, yes,
Amazing.
yes,
Amazing. I
yes,
really like this. And I love the honesty. And I think people need to do a lot of this. So, um, a lot of people are going through a lot of stuff. And if they listen to this right now, all you need to do is what are those things you're passionate about that you could also do freely? He said something about
yes.
not particularly putting in
Something you're
too much
passionate
work.
about that you can do even when you're not being paid. Those are the easiest things to do
Fantastic.
because
But
you love
then
them. So when you
they
get
have to be
paid, is
profitable,
that's what I'm
very
saying.
profitable.
So when you get paid, it feels different. It feels brand new. It's
Mm,
exciting. But
a
because you will
great
do it
feeling.
even for free. Do you understand? So sometimes when if you see an event planner that's passionate about their craft, it shows.
Are you seeing what your followers are saying? Write a book about your daughter's children's
Yes.
book. You can finish it in 2 weeks or less. He'll think
Yes.
about it,
Can
I'm sure,
ask them if they can live.
if they'll let you write it.
No, it doesn't. So like,
All right. So I have this question. Um,
yes.
three things that worked for you. So people normally teach methods, and I believe in teaching principles.
Yeah.
So what are those three principles that you know that every single
Dedi-
time the idea came to you, if you implement your business in this particular way, the business worked out,
so
the
you have first
idea
of all,
worked out.
I have to believe,
Fantastic.
because you have to believe that this will work out for you. Then you have to be
Fantastic.
determined. You have to be determined
Fantastic.
in such a way that this has to work, right? Then you have to be
Beautiful.
consistent
Fantastic.
in the things that you're doing towards making sure that that particular thing comes to reality.
Brilliant.
Before I started Star Retail, I had a conversation with a friend of mine saying, "Oh, like, I want to do something in fashion." So he was like, "Oh, it has done a whole lot of things in fashion." Like, no, I want to do something that I think is going to be different in fashion. And he was like, "Oh, it's not going to work." Then in 1 year, that it
Mm,
worked. So I always have to,
I love
I
that.
have to believe. You have to believe first. Yeah. So now
Thank
me,
you very much.
I write a book. Yes.
I love that. I just love what you just said. You went to see a friend and told your friend, and the friend said it won't work.
Yes.
But
And it
you
worked.
already knew it worked. You
Yes.
said it's 1 year
Yes.
down the line and it's working.
Yes, even when I told the person, the same friend when I was going to do my house, but I was going to call it slush. He also told me that it wasn't going to work, and I made sure it worked. So
So, right now you're actually inspiring me. So I'm sure
thank
everybody
you.
else that's watching and other people that will watch this after this on other different platforms that we're going to be putting this will be inspired, because it happens a lot of times that you have something you want to do, get a new job, you want to leave your 9 to 5, you want to become an entrepreneur, you want to start something new, and you speak to someone hoping that the person can give you a little bit of advice, a little bit of inspiration, and the person tells you it won't work. And some of these people actually don't go ahead with those ideas. They don't go ahead to implement it. And even if they do, because they get a little bit of shaking here and there, it doesn't turn out like they think in the first 3 or 4 months, and they stop. But you've said it
Yeah.
all. The first thing is to believe. And I think the
Yes.
reason why you still go ahead with them, even after your friend said it won't work, is because you already
It's because I
believed in
had
the
to be
initial stage.
exactly. Yes.
And then you're determined. So it
Yes.
might not just balance out in the first onset, but you're determined and then
Yes.
consistent. And then
Yes.
finally it works out. Great.
Yes.
So what
And you
has your
have to also
network done for you?
completely. Oh, my network has done what, so let me give an example what network does for you. So if I design an outfit, I know 3 people that I can give the outfit to wear, and I'll get the publicity that I need to get. So that is what the network can do for
Brilliant.
you. The network
Brilliant.
also does for you things in such a way that if I want to meet you as you are right now, if I want to meet you tomorrow, I probably have to make 2 phone calls and I get to meet you,
That's
because
all.
I will know one person who is just like 1 degree away from you. So that's what the network does for you. So
Great.
the network gives you the opportunity to be able to do a whole lot of things, reach a wider number of people, be able to do the things that you want to do, or the things that you love to do the way you love to do them. And you
Great.
can get it wrong or right with your network. But the thing is, like, whichever network that you belong to, or whichever network that you think that you have to have a value that you're adding to the network. You have to bring something to the table. You cannot be the only one
Yeah.
who takes something away from the
Yeah.
table. So you have to come with something. So be a
Great.
part of someone's network to reach a wider audience, or whatever it is that they need you to do for them.
Great. So, in your industry, because
Yes.
you're quite in that space, but I'll still say you're a creative and you're kind of still in the creative industry, more creativity, and you're still in the media and fashion, which is all under
Yes.
kind of entertainment altogether. What would
Yes.
you say is the advantage and disadvantage of the whole
The,
COVID-19 season, the pandemic? What's the advantage and
the,
disadvantage?
the advantage is it will tell you the real you, what the actual situation is. Like you say, so you spoke about a network. So if there's a pandemic and you find out there's nobody who is recommending you for your services or your business, then you need to have a rethink about who you are and what you do in the creative industry. Do you understand?
Wow.
If in the creative
Yeah.
industry, everybody is shrinking their accounts. Let's say, for instance, you're an influencer. So before, I used to do 13 jobs every month. During the lockdown, the companies are still doing jobs, but they're not using you, because you know what? They're cutting down their budget. They're using the people who they think give them the most influence. They also need to have a rethink.
So,
So do you get? So the advantage is we are learning better. We are restructuring our businesses. We're looking at the business from a different point of view. We are trying to do something different from what it has always been. But the thing is, you have to now look inward to really determine who you are, because this period shows exactly who you are. I can give I don't want to use the Instagram life as an example, but the thing is, like, if you're an authority in a field and people are not calling you at this time to speak on the field that you think or you claim to be an authority, then you also have to look inward and say, what can I fix? What can I do differently? What can I change? What can I bring to? What am I bringing to the table? Am I adding a value to the table? Am I doing anything differently? Is there anything that I need to do for people to give me the respect that I need to be given?
Mm.
Do you understand? So those are the things that you have to
Yeah.
ask yourself
Then the
this period.
disadvantages of this season, because there are. So, what do you think the industry is facing? How has it hit the industry negatively?
I mean, it's not just the industry; it's every industry. Like, I mean, apart from
Yeah.
people who are selling sanitizers, but it's every industry that has been hit. People don't have the buying power anymore. People are trying to save because they don't know when this is going to end. People are making money and putting it
Yeah.
together. People can't leave. People can't go out, so they can't buy clothing. They can't do anything. So the creative industry has been affected. Whether you're making clothes, whether you're making soap, whether you're doing every single thing, people are not spending the way they used to spend. So it's affecting every single person. But does that mean that is bad? But it's not bad, because even with if you're creative, you find the most important thing about being a creative is also being able to, like, take charge of a situation, right? So you need to find out what's the creative way to make this work for me. What's the creative way to turn this situation around? So what the negativity is that people are losing businesses. People cannot afford to pay their complete staff because there's no money, if we're being honest. So people can pay salary for the first month, but they cannot continue because they don't have the money, because people are not buying. So let's say, for instance, if I'm making clothes right now, people are not wearing clothes to go to weddings. So money from the clothing is going to be difficult to make, because that is my reality. That is the truth. That is what I'm saying, and that is what the condition is. Do you understand? But the thing is, it's affecting every single person in the industry one way or the other. And it will affect employment in the long run. But like most things, it will take a while. They probably will bounce back and become better.
Fantastic. Great. This has been so inspiring. I feel very inspired because it's so
Thank
real to
you.
life, very applicable, very real to life. You can just take this information and go back and know what to do. So if you're going to
Yeah.
stand out in anything, first and foremost, you have to believe in it, you have to be determined, and you have to be consistent. And as a
Yes.
creative, you need to think at every point in time, what am I going to do now that's going to ensure that this business or this career of mine is going to
Stays
consistently
afloat.
stand
Yes.
stay afloat. Because for you to stay afloat, just like he said, the pandemic has shown you. If you were thinking before that you were afloat, pandemic will show you that, look, guy,
Exactly.
nobody has
Exactly.
called you. You're not
Exactly.
really where you thought you were. So now let's
Exactly.
begin to put things in place,
Exactly.
restructure, replan, and
Exactly.
put
Yeah.
things in place. All right, great. So I'm just going to say this before I take the questions. So guys, you can start sending your questions in. The last thing I want to say is, what do you want to tell people? Especially those that their minds are buzzing off with creativity right now, but they're just sitting down and they're scared to their wits. Because if you
So
were a
what
fearful
I can
person,
tell
I'm not saying
everybody
the
for
fear is not
free
there.
is you. Yeah. But the thing is about, first of all, as a creator, you have to write down. You have to jot down things. You have to write things down. You need to know that what you write down, what you've written, that you can never forget, right? But you can never know the result of something that you never started. So the fears
Mm,
are always going to be there, but you need to start. You need to try.
yeah,
And if you need to work with, like, you need to start with small steps before you get to where you're going to. So, but you need to approach from
that's
the
right.
angle to say, I want to succeed, but I want to start slowly. I want to go far,
Start
but I
slowly.
want to start this thing. I want to start, but I don't
Good.
want to start big. So what I want to do, like, you want to build that from the center. So from your core, you keep expanding, you keep expanding, you keep expanding until you get to where you need to get to. But the thing is, like, you cannot let fear put you down, because everybody is afraid. Anybody, the big
Sure.
man, people who have made it, nobody wants to be big tomorrow and fail. Do you understand what I'm saying? So,
Yeah. Yeah.
I used to tell people this. So sometimes people put me on a list and, like, they'll be like, oh, the best dressed guy, choose one person and all the rest. So sometimes I just smile and be like, you know what? I thank God for the longest number of years I've always been on the best dressed list. So that is something to take home, to say, regardless of whether there's newcomers coming up or old comers, that kind of thing, you're
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
consistently there. So you have to
Yeah.
be known for the things that you think you're good at. That's also
Great. You
important.
have to be known for the things you know you're good at. And one of the ways to do
Yes.
that is continuously being creative. because you said newcomers will come. But the
Yes.
reason why you're still standing out and you're still
Yes.
on the radar, you're still afloat, is because you're always thinking consistently, how is it? How do I do it next?
Yes.
How do I do this next?
Yes.
Okay, someone
Yes.
asked a question and says, how has your daily life been affected by the lockdown season?
You're
What's
breaking.
that new thing?
How
Okay, did you
was the
hear me?
question? How has my daily life been affected by COVID?
Yes.
Oh, I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Was that a question?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes, the question is, how has your daily life been impacted by COVID? What's the different thing? That's one of the questions from the audience.
Okay, so the different thing is like, can see my hair. I haven't had a haircut in 4 months. Uh, um, I've not, I've gone out twice because I needed to sign a contract. So, and
Okay,
yeah, it's affected it positively in the sense that I'm also spending the longest time ever with my family in the house. So,
amazing.
and NEPA or PHCN has not been amazing with the power. So,
Oh,
so we
wow.
watch TV, we do all this whole thing and all the stuff. Then I'm also have been given the opportunity to document my life or my everyday life with my daughters and also learning and seeing them do different things every day. So I've seen my last daughter start speaking. I've seen her, call her sister. I've seen them, there's a whole lot of things that I'm seeing, like I wouldn't have seen if I was going to work every day. So they
Yeah,
have
you would have
conversation,
missed
they
out
ask
on
me
that.
permission to go outside and ride. Exactly. Like, so it could be things like, oh, they want to go ride bicycles, or want to go have a bath as a team, or mommy is going to give us a bubble bath. Like, the whole experience that I'm witnessing because I'm home. And yes, I do miss the business that some of them are gone for now. I'm supposed to do Martina 1000 Smile this year. I haven't done, and one of the things that I do that make me travel. So I haven't done it. I don't think it's going to happen this year from the look of things. We've
Yeah,
not gone out. So you also don't, the businesses that you want to propose ideas to do not have the money now to pay because everybody's also uncertain. They're not selling, they're not making money. So they can't really give up money because they're not making money at the moment. So negatively, there's money that's been lost. Positively, it's also been interesting, even though I'm at home. Yeah.
fantastic, fantastic. But people have cut their hairs, so you must be the extremely careful set, because there's the extremely careful set of people, while there's the nonchalant ones in this season. I've seen
Yeah.
some people cut their hair like every month over
I
the
know,
last
like,
4 months, and
so
some people go out
people
every
that,
single day.
people that know me personally are laughing because they know this kind of person that I am. Like I wipe down everything in the house. I wipe down the doors. The people that live in the BQ, they
Fantastic.
don't come into the house. The gatesman does not touch the door handle. The drivers have to give me a key in a Clorox wipe.
Okay.
Like um, what again? Like I'm very,
Amazing.
I'm very like
I love this.
like,
Oh
and I
my
also tell my,
goodness.
yeah, so I'm always like, I'm always like, very careful. The girls can't touch the cars if they go outside. They can't do anything if they come from outside. I wipe my phone twice, like, 4 times or different times in a day, even though I don't take the phone outside, that kind of thing.
Great. You
I
know,
play table tennis with gloves, like, because that's the exercise that I do now. Like, I play table tennis with the glove. I, I like, it's not, I think I'm the
but this
one,
is
I don't know how to
comforting.
explain this to you. Yeah, so I do that. So I do the extra. So I'm the extra guy. I won't let anybody
Yes,
touch
it's
my hair. I'll
comforting
be like, oh,
because for us that are
nobody
extra,
has been killed by.
we feel bad.
Yeah,
We feel like, oh my goodness, I'm extra. Like, I've seen people
I
do
wear
their
mask.
makeup. I do my makeup myself now. I actually take my car keys with gloves. I sanitize my phone
Yeah,
even though I don't go out. And when people hear this, it helps you feel like, okay, thank goodness I'm not the only one in the world that is extra. And it's not bad to be
no,
extra and take care of yourself.
I'm extra. My cousins don't come to the house. Like they come to the gate, I wear a mask, see them in their car.
Good, good. Fantastic. So it's been a wonderful time. I've learned so much. People have been so inspired. Thank you for being as transparent as possible. And that really
Yeah.
does
So
help
also
because,
before you go, I know you're about
yeah,
to go. Before you go, I've seen a couple of people. I don't think this is a platform to address what a couple of people want to address, but just because we're
yeah,
also on this show. And just
Okay.
because also I don't want certain people to feel like they have been ignored, or I haven't made a comment because some of them came on this show just because they want to see what I have to speak
Yeah.
about a particular comment or whatnot. So the thing
Yeah.
is, yesterday I made a couple of tweets, and in my tweets I generalized on a number of things, mostly
Okay.
lies. Now, the
Okay.
reason why I generalized on those tweets was, for some time now, I have also noticed a trend that has been happening. Do you understand?
Okay.
The trend is this: on
Yeah.
social media, people generalize a lot. So you call out a gender, you call out a tribe, you call out a people, but you lump them all together. So, I've noticed people say, mostly women, go like, oh, Igbo men are greedy. Igbo men are abusive. Igbo men don't love their wives. Igbo men make their wives slave, or it's in Igbo culture to be a wicked man. So but the thing is, like, I've also continuously tried to educate these people, women, to say this is not a good thing to say. This is not, the kind of thing. This is not a good thing to say. This is not what to say. And just like this person who's coming on the comment section to say, no, but what job do you do? You scammer and everything. And I understand where he's coming from. If I was also in his position, I would feel bad, because the thing is, like, if you constantly, like, this person using a fake account to talk on this page, so you understand where he or she is coming from. You're hot, and I get it. Do you understand what I'm saying? You feel like you need to be heard, and I get it. But the thing is, like, I don't notice you. Like, you're not that important. To me, the important conversation we need to have is, like, we need to stop generalization. We need to have conversations where we can say, I went to Owerri, and Owerri person named this person treated me this way. I cannot lump
Mm.
up his treatment of me as what Imo State people does. I
True.
cannot say because
True.
I married a wife from Imo State and she poisoned our dog, that every woman from Imo State, in their tradition, they poison dogs. That's what I'm saying.
Mm.
So for us to be able to, his person say, deadbeat husband. That's what I'm trying to say. So what I'm saying, like, I can be everything, but I am not that. And it shows. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the thing is, like, so I understand how angry and doing this whole thing. Do you get what I'm trying to say to you? But the thing is this: the conversation that we need to have as a people is, like, as a generation, we need to have the tough conversations, and we cannot have it if we're not being truthful to ourselves and the people who care about us. So, for instance, my conversation with you, if I don't like you, I will say that I do not like you. Do you understand what I'm saying? And that is
Yeah.
something that is important. So for the person who is take it underscore zero, I get how you feel. I get that you're angry. I get that your family, you may have issues that you have to deal with. And I get that maybe things that are affecting your life. But the thing is, like, I am not your therapist. I can't help you. So if you need to seek professional help, you need to do it where it is important. What we're here to talk
Yeah.
about is business. So if you come on my page and you
Yeah.
answer me, then I can get back to you. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, so it is what it is. Like, so I generalized yesterday because I wanted this conversation to happen, and I'm glad that the
Yeah.
conversation is happening. I don't want Igbo men to say that Igbo women are greedy. I don't want Igbo women to say that Igbo men are greedy. I want us to have conversations and be specific and make it what it is. Do you understand? So that's it. So it's not, it's not an apology thing. It's not anything. Just like I
Yeah.
say, anything that we put on social media today will always be there for our children to see tomorrow. Do you
Absolutely.
understand what I'm saying? And there's a
Absolutely. Yeah.
whole lot of people who are doing amazing things and changing stereotypes. There's a
Yeah.
whole lot of men who have one daughter, they are Igbo, they're giving their daughter every single thing that they need to give her.
Yeah.
Back in the day, you can say that Iboma was always looking for his son, but it has changed. So you need to appreciate the change. You need to also recognize the change. Do you understand? So let's say some of the, see, listen, yeah, this conversation is a lot. See, the Igbo had a tradition. The church came and we embraced Christianity. Christianity affected a whole lot of things, but that's a different conversation altogether. Do I like that women cut their hair after their husband has died? No. But do you know who makes women cut their hair when their husband dies? Well, other women make them do that.
Wow.
So it's not like a one-off conversation. It's not a conversation that if we want to have it, we want to change things. We need to go to the place, the distance that happened. We need to change those things. We need to go to our villages. We need to have conversations. Do you know what I'm saying? We need to do all those things in the way that will get actual change and not social media artists. That's not going to do anything for us as a generation.
Exactly.
So I need to see you and respect you for who you are. I don't want them to tell you that I'm Igbo and you now say because I'm Igbo, I'm greedy. That's stereotype. You need to deal with me and now conclude based on your treatment or based on your relationship with me, how I have
Absolutely.
treated you. Do you understand? So that's
Absolutely.
it. So the thing is, like, they
That's
can do
great.
the insult, they can do every single thing. What I'm asking is one thing: do not generalize. I was saying it before, you didn't listen, and now generalize. You're all paying attention. But it's a good thing that we're all paying attention. We're having this conversation right now, so it has started. But the thing is, like, by
Yeah.
the time we are tweeting, I want to go home and be what I have been on my tweet. I want to go home to my own mother. I want to go home to my wife. I want to go home to my daughters. I want to say to them, this is how we need to do. So if you tell me that, oh, if you say that Igbo men kill their wives in America when their wives are nurse, and the Igbo men kill their nurse wives, it makes me think, why is this the situation? Somebody saying no, boy, ask you now, since you have met lazy girls. It's not meeting lazy girls. The conversation is happening on social media. Do not be myopic. You cannot, I don't know how to explain, I don't know how to explain this to you. The conversation is happening. The tribes are moving against each other. If you open mouth tomorrow, they say you're about demons. If you say you're from Akwa Ibom, they say you must like sex. These are stereotypes. Are we going to continue in that direction? We need to change that. You know what? This is
Absolutely.
not the platform, like I said.
But it's fantastic. It's really good that you
This
addressed
is not
it.
the
I'm
platform.
surprised at the person that came
But
here and started saying those things. But you know what? We have to ignore them. They will keep coming. It's two ways in life. If you're significant, you get positive feedback, you get negative feedback. It's inevitable. There's nothing you can do about it. Keep doing your thing. Keep forging ahead. Keep inspiring us. Keep, reproducing those great ideas. Keep making the money. We're watching, we're looking out, we're learning, and we're enjoying. And we're grateful that you came on the show today. Transparent, you're really homely.
thank you.
Your beautiful daughters, shout out to
Thank
them
you.
and to the rest of your family. We really appreciate it. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.
All
Have a
right.
nice night. And thanks
Thank
everybody
you.
that came on, everybody left messages, everybody that have been listening. I love you guys. I respect you guys. And I'm doing what I'm doing because of you guys. May God continue to bless all of you. If you believe in God in
Amen.
Jesus' name, may Allah be with you. May whatever
Amen.
it is that you believe in be with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you very
All right.
much for coming on the show. Thank you.
Always.
All right, guys, that was really, really inspiring. Right now, we're just going to go straight to the giveaway conversations. We have about 10 minutes to do that. Um, if you want to jump on, just let us know. We're saying a great thank you to our guest for coming on. He was really transparent. I love the fact that he said passion must be profitable. So lots of ideas are going to come to you now. Ask yourself the real questions. Which one of these are going to put food on your table? Because really and truly, your passion, your purpose is inside of you, designed to also sustain you, to sustain your family and sustain you. So who's going to win our giveaway today? Please jump on, give us a sign by letting us know that you want to come on the conversation. Let us know that you want to come on and tell us what you've learned today from Noble's conversation and how you're going to put it into use in your business. And you might be the winner of our giveaway conversations today. It's a 5,000 Naira package for a couple of people that are ready to come on each. So let me know if you want to come on. Sparkle Hairs, are you ready to come on? Sparkle Hairs? Okay, so let me see. All right, guys, we're still looking forward to those that want to join us for today's conversation. What have you learned from today's show? How are you going to apply it to your business? And will you be the winner of today's giveaway? Because we're doing a 5,000 Naira support package for about 3 or 4 people that will come on and let us know what they've learned today. And we'll say, okay, we're supporting you. Much more will still be coming in the few weeks coming. We should be doing much more giveaways supporting businesses. And we're looking forward to that. Till next episode, please remember, there's so much on the inside of you that you can birth. The first thing you need to do is believe. Second thing you need to do is be determined that this thing that I believe in is going to work. I'm going to give it all it takes and be consistent. And be consistent. Believe, be determined that it's going to work, give it all it takes, and be consistent. Be creative. Make the necessary adjustments per time. Noble said he learned to make the adjustments per time. So your creativity needs to be adjusted from time to time. Your creativity needs to be adjusted from time to time. Thank you, everyone, for coming on the show. It was a great time. Once again, thank you to Noble. Thank you so much for coming on, Noble Igwe. We really enjoyed that. Thank you for all the things that you taught us. Friends, please go back and listen to this session. There's so much you can learn from it, from getting the ideas to telling people. And sometimes they tell you it won't work, but if you believe in it, find out the things that you need to find out about the business and then implement it. Once you implement it, be determined. Make adjustments where it's necessary. Be creative, be ready to fold, check the market space, check what the people need, adjust to the needs of the people, but stay consistent about the things you're passionate about and the purpose to why you were designed. Once again, it's the Life for a Purpose series. Thank you, everyone, for coming on. We really appreciate all of you. I hope you had a great time. Looking forward to the next show, the next episode. We'll also be bringing to you a fantastic guest and be talking about more interesting things. Thank you, guys. Have a great time. God bless you.